Hello, we are still on the SEMA Show floor. We're still on day one of SEMA, but we're at the Repairify booth now with Chris Chesney. How are you doing today, Chris?
I'm doing awesome. How are you?
Fantastic. So we got lots to talk about here. I know you got a new tool that it's gonna be coming to Canada. What do you say, second quarter of next year?
It'll
Around.
probably hit shore somewhere second quarter.
Yeah, we'll
second
see. We'll see, but it's a pretty cool tool. But first, I just want to know, what's your history with SEMA? You've obviously been with Repairify for a year now. We just talked about this.
Right.
But what's your history with SEMA? How long have you been attending the show?
Well, this is my 26th year at Industry Week. I'm 52 years in the industry. SEMA, I always came over here to just see the cool stuff,
Yeah.
but SEMA's grown into covering the collision industry, the mechanical space, those sorts of things, which were traditionally over at Apex or at NACE, shows like that. And so I've been always over here as kind of a looker. The last year, though, I've immersed myself with Repairify on the collision space, and I have three opportunities to speak and share with people here at SEMA in the RDE sessions, et cetera. I did one this afternoon. So it's been really cool to come into SEMA and participate.
Yeah, we know you're a wealth of knowledge. We had you on a webinar back in the spring, and it was just a great conversation with all the training professionals. You did it from the airport, actually, dedicated. So what was your talk about today, and what are the learning opportunities you're trying to bring to the industry here this week?
Well, the main thing that we're doing this week is we introduced two new tools this week. Number one was our all-in-one tool, which is a traditional scan tool device with a VCI, a vehicle communication interface, that looks like everybody else's scan tool, except it connects to our OEM scan tool stack, our data center that has over 1,000 factory scan tools in it. So if you're using it car side, I don't care if you're collision or mechanical, and you run into that situation where the aftermarket tool can't complete the job, or your relationship with an insurance carrier as an ERP puts you in a position where you need to use a factory tool to complete the post scan. You can connect that tool to our factory tool stack and complete the process in much the same way as you could with our Gen 2 tool, our original tool, which gives you more flexibility in the bay. And you can solve most of the problems car side with that tool in the way of programming and coding and configuration events, but those that you can't, you still have access to the factory tool.
Really cool, and I've seen the pictures of all of the factory, of all your stacks of information and whatnot. It's a wealth of information there, and so lots of stuff that you can learn from this tool, and it's obviously a great asset, like Chris said, to have in the shop. And the Mini over here, show it on the screen here.
Our little Mini is a 16-pin dongle device that has the capabilities of the Gen 2 device. So there are,
Difference here.
yep. So this is older technology, obviously. This technology covers the majority of what we cover with this one. It will expand over time, but it does have a J layer in it that allows us to do pass-through scanning, code clears, some light configuration events. And our mission is to get these in the hands of as many collision centers as we can, because imagine you plug this device in when the vehicle arrives, it stays in the car the whole time it's at the collision center or mechanical repair center. And if you need to do a pre-scan, you hit the stack and you do a pre-scan using a factory scan tool. Or if you want to do a work in progress scan, because you just repaired something, you can hit it again. The device is plugged into the car. So at the end of the day, it smooths out your workflow significantly, and the form factor is just nice and small, so it's easy to manage.
So would a shop just need one of these, or would they need multiple if they go and stay in the car?
We envision you having multiples. So look at the number of vehicles you have work in progress today, and that's the number you probably want to have in hand, because you're not leaving it in the car. One of the things that's really misunderstood in the industry is these dongles staying in the vehicle can collide with the CAN bus in the vehicle and cause problems. And many mechanical shops end up fixing drivability problems by removing dongles. This is not designed to be there. It's designed to be in the car while it's in the repair process, pulled back out before you leave. We need to put a lanyard on it so we can remember to do that. But at the end of the day, it's designed as a diagnostic tool.
Awesome. I was going to ask that question too. You got to put a lanyard on it. I can envision people forgetting it maybe.
There, yeah.
Perfect. Thinks of everything. Awesome. So very exciting. Are you doing any demos or anything here at your booth?
We've got 3 vehicles in 3 states of repair. We've got a damaged vehicle as it would show up to a collision center. We've got a vehicle in the state of repair, and then we've got a completed vehicle down the hall here where we have our technology plugged in. We can do pre-scans, we can do post-scans, do calibrations, remote calibrations, and we can do reprogramming events as needed. And we can demo all of that here in the hall.
What an awesome display of work in progress here. We'll walk by and get a clip of that after, but very cool, very awesome. So how has traffic been at the booth here today? I know you've been kind of all over the place.
I've been between here and Apex probably 4 times today, so the team tells me that traffic is really good this morning. It lightens up around lunch, but it's starting to pick back up, and we envision tomorrow being even stronger because Wednesday and Thursday are always the busy days.
We won't take too much more of your time here, Chris. Thank you so much for chatting with us. What are you up to for the next couple of days? Any more discussions and stuff?
Meetings, demos, meetings and demos, and trying
Back
to
and
support.
forth to Apex a couple more thousand times.
Exactly. Trying to get my steps in.
Yeah, exactly. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Chris. We have a webinar coming up with Chris soon in a couple months, so make sure you stay tuned for that. And thank you. Have a great day, and we'll see you around.